come to the spirit of fire, Yahweh outside, Yahweh again, prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. Before we start, we'll face the east, give all honor and glory
to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash.
which in the ancient Hebrew is the Heavenly Father's name. Yahweh meaning He is, He exists. Yahweh Shai meaning He was saved, He was delivered. Bahashem, Kakadash, in the name of the Holy Spirit. The bonds and the elders and the apostles, the great millstones as well, teach our doctrine. This is also the laws of the hopeful elect.
Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 5. Therefore, thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shai, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possessions, with the joy of all their heart. Right? Because surely in the jealousy of Yahweh Shai's spirit, Esau, the Lord is going to destroy Esau from all of the land that he stole from the Lord's people, and all of the abominations that I don't really want to talk about it. Let's look at Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shai, surely in the fire of my jealousy, and that's also talking about literal fire, because Yahweh Shai is going to send down with the missile to his goddamn place. It says, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, right? Because Yahweh Shai is speaking through his men, the prophets, and we speaking of what? Fire. We're speaking of fire. We're not speaking of pleasing words to this goddamn devil. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shai, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all I do. When you go to the word Idumea, it's a word that pretty much means a land, and a land, pretty much a certain land in a place where the Edomites dwell. And it says, and against all Idumea, right, so because it's prophesied in the book of Obadiah that every single Edomite is going to be wiped off the face of existence after 1,000 years of serving captivity. It says, have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land unto their possession. Hey, I always say this, like going going 1,000 years and more before Esau, set his foot upon this land, who was here? Going to a couple thousand, like a couple thousand years dealing with Jerusalem before Esau stepped his foot on that land, who was there? Because the damn devil Esau, Amalek, all he do is kill, steal, and destroy. It says, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their heart. Right? It was a joyful thing for you to rape, grab, and murder, or fucking stop it. It was a joyful thing for you to do these abominations. You see? So now that it's coming a time for you to pay for all these goddamn things, now what? It says,
Job chapter 24, verse 1. Why, seeing time are not hidden from the Almighty, do they that know him not see his day? Some remove the landmarks, they violently take away flocks.
Right, he removed the landmarks. And he violently took away the flocks. You see? Because he removed, so it was ultimately Yahweh Shai's landmark, and then he come through with goddamn devil ass and take it and joyfully, still kill and destroy it.
Push this button.
Some remove the landmarks, they violently take away flocks and feed thereof. So these are indicators that they will repeat. Like he's supposed to witness on a certain group of people, and that's the so-called white man. They drive away the ass of the father, they take the widow's ox for a bed, they turn the needy out of the way, the poor of the earth hide themselves together.
Right, the poor of the earth hide themselves together. Hey, what happened there in 70 AD when you know, the Romans was about to siege Jerusalem. And who the poor of the earth? We the poor of the earth, the Israelites. The poor of the earth. The Lord said,
hide thyself under the shadow of the Almighty. So we hiding ourselves together, okay? So we know who He is. It said if they know Him, what did it say? If they know Him, we are in the valley of, you know, the Job 24. It said that if they know Him, we, I don't know where it's at, but I know it's in here. It's 1 verse 17.
Job chapter 24, verse 17. For the morning is to them even as the shadow of death. If one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death.
I can look there. So we in the terrors of the shadow of death, man. And we recognize who is the source of all this death that's in the earth. It's Esau, Edom, you know. And so we're hiding ourselves. The scripture said a wise man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Okay? So we're foreseeing the evil and we're hiding ourselves in the secret place of the Almighty, which is this truth.
Back in Job chapter 24, verse 2. Some remove the landmark, they violently take away flocks and feed thereof.
Yeah, they violently take away flocks and feed thereof. Yeah, it's an image where it's a bunch of skulls of buffalo and bison, and it's stacked up to the size of this parking garage. That is sick, man. It's a humongous picture of. It has to be millions. I got a picture on my phone. It has to be at least a million buffaloes, man. And that's what they did to starve out Gad and Reuben, okay, and the other 10 tribes. They took away their food supply, which that goes back to the curses for our disobedience. And what is he doing now? He's taking away your food supply. Okay, he's doing the same thing now. He's besieging this city, Jerusalem, to bring in a man-manufactured famine. Okay? It says, and you're getting a warning right now, so you ain't gonna be able to say, well, ain't nobody tell me about why the news did. We the news. We the news. Right. We the most highest newscasters and broadcasters. This is Sirach 34 and 21. The bread of the needy is their life, and he that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. So yeah, man, like the brother's going into, you know, like we go into often. They besieged the city of Jerusalem, and one of the things they used as a weapon was food. Okay, that was also considered a sword as well. You know, and they starved the city, man. People was dying of starvation. So it's the same thing they're doing now with these ports and these you know, things that's standing in the waters and not being transported and exported and so forth and so forth. The bread of the needy is their life, man. You know, of spiritual or like mental, okay, and then physical food. They thrive. That's how they build. Yeah, there's a quote by Henry Kissinger. He said, "Control oil, you control nations. Control food, you control people." So, and he's an insider. He's in with the wicked elites. Okay, so their whole thing to get you to bow, just like in ancient Egypt, when the famine came in ancient Egypt, okay, and Egypt became great, all the nations round about, they had to come to Joseph and to Pharaoh and to bow before them, saying, "We will be your slaves." The year before that, they gave their cattle. So then the next year they came like, we need more food. We will keep ourselves as slaves. So that's the position that these wicked elites is trying to put the people in, to get you to submit to the New World Order. Yeah, and then like when you watch the book of Eli, they were the chick was sitting there and they would set people up that would walk past to set them up to be able to eat them, man. Have them people become food. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have people doing things that they would never would have thought in the world in their lifetime that they would do. Like when all that shit happened, when everybody started losing their jobs. Niggas, I was watching videos, chicks and dudes and chicks talking about, never in a million years I thought I would have been in a food chain line. And they Benzes pulling up to the food chain lines and shit. You know? Well, yeah, you about to get it.
This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, and verse 1. And it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, of which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right. We living in those times of prophecy being fulfilled. Right. That's why how we can look around, we can draw, we can prophesy this news, as I said before. You know, so we see the signs that the Most High have from before. One of the signs before is the previous famines that Esau manufactured on the children of Israel. Okay, so we can see when he's about to do it again.
Second Ezra 15:5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and her hopeful works are fulfilled. So the Lord is using these things, to refine us, to punish us, ultimately get us ready for the blessings that are to come. But the Lord deals with balance. So how are we gonna be kings and priests and judges of the earth without true experience? Second Ezra 15:7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit.
Like judgment is going forth in the earth, man, on a high level. Okay, because the Lord is no longer holding his tongue now. Now it's time to bring the judgment. It should say her sins have reached unto the heavens.
They profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth. Unto me, and the soul of the just complain continually. So who are the souls of the just? That's us.
Yeah, the soul of the just complain continually. Going back to Cain and Abel, his blood cried from the ground. He was in the spirit world complaining to the Father. Okay, out on earth as it is in heaven. And we come now on the same thing on the earth. We crying out to the Lord, man. The just are willing. We are those just men, the Israelites. Okay, that's how you know one to be an Israelite. Okay, so hey, those just men are crying out to the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? By prophesying, this is the way we're crying out. Okay, by dealing with the brotherhood, that's a cry out. All right, doing this work, that's a cry out. Praying, that's a cry out. Fasting, making haste, man.
Come. Revelation chapter 6, verse 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High, and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
Right, and that's the cry. That's the cry of the Lord of Jerusalem. That's the cry of, like the brother was saying, the Lord's righteous people. You see, because we crying out for the abominations that be done against us and under the oppression that we dealing with at the current time and from the times that were from before. Real quick, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7 and verse 29. It says, cut off thine hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it off. When a woman cut off her hair, because like the scripture said, I would liken Israel as a commonly and delicate woman. When a woman cut off her hair, that was in the sign of mourning. That was pretty much, in the sign of her cry. It says, cut off thine hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and let up a lamentation on high places. For the Lord have rejected. Yeah, lamentation is a cry. We lament. Right. Okay. Go ahead.
It says, on high places, for the Lord have rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. Right, and the Lord had constantly rejected us because we was doing. We was constantly rejecting, the things that are pleasing unto Yahweh Shah. So that's our punishment.
Right, beauty. You know what I'm saying? So which is why it reference the hair. The hair is a woman's glory.
Right,
her crown. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord put us in a state of mourning so that we can appreciate the glory. Right.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 35, verse 13. He will not accept any person against a poor man, but will hear the prayer of the oppressed. He will not despise the supplication of the fatherless, nor the widow when she pours out her complaint.
Right, and we're that widow that's pouring out the complaint to the Heavenly Father. He said that the soul shall on. He said that the souls of the just will continue. You know? So where those souls crying out? You know, we get somebody Ezekiel 9 and 4. We got one more.
See, I 4 Lord.
All right, yeah, Lord.
Revelation 18:24, and it heard was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. So those are the martyrs, the people who died for the word. You know, the prophets are the mouthpiece of the Lord, and the saints are the Israelites.
Right, the brother mentioned martyr. When you go into that word martyr, it means a witness, man. Those are the witnesses of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And when you go into that word witness, it means to be martyr means to be a witness for the Lord, right? When you go into that word witness, it means to testify. We hold the testimony, man. You know? Testify. Yeah, con. So we are witnesses unto the Lord, man. So the true witnesses, the brother was mentioning we are the true the spiritual forecasters. We tell the things that's about to come forth. You know what I'm saying? The spiritual news, man. And what you call? I got that. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, and verse 4. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. It says, and Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Yerushalayim, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Right. The ones that sighing and crying, man. Not the ones that's going along and trying to forward the agenda of this place. You know, the ones that's trying to vote. You know, not the ones that's trying to figure out a way to reform America. You know, and make this place a better place to be in.
Man, that's the spirit to say that. Because my coworker talked about it's a new bill proposed, or legislation supposed to be like a petition. Because we know what's coming. This gradualism, the scamdemic is leading toward the MOTB. But it's a petition out there that's going to force jobs. I mean, that's basically petitioning on our behalf not to get the YAB. And I'm just looking at it. I'm like, what the fuck is that going to do? You sign that paper, what you good for like a month? Maybe. That shit not going to help. It's a petition for jobs not to mandate. You know,
well, a petition not going to override a federal law.
It's not going to mandate prophecy.
You know? And Esau got to come down with that great wrath according to prophecy. Yeah. Fuck, hey. At the end of the day, you're dealing with Babylonians. So when Babylonians is pushed into a corner, a Babylonian is going to act like a Babylonian. You're going to see its true colors at its max. So when I posted a video in the chat dealing with old girl talking about, she added, hey, would you take the Vanessa to get a job that's paying $70,000, man? So these people are already conditioned to actually go against the moral code, man. Everybody here has a price tag. You know, these women got a price tag. You know, these men got a price tag. You see Cam Newton talking about, I gotta do what I gotta do, man.
You got rappers.
Might as well do a cool dance, nigga. I got to do what I got to do. You ain't gotta do nothing, man. You could stand firm. You could stand stiffly for the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man, and his laws. You could give thy life for the law of your forefathers, man, as the scriptures say.
You got guys always bragging about how much they work, you know. But that once again,
and they know if not, that give Revelation 3 real quick. Revelation 3 and 16. It said they know if not that they are poor and miserable and blind and wretched and blind, man. Because if you don't have this word, this is the true riches right here. We the real celebrities, starting with the apostle, the elder apostle Great Millstone. Right. Whoever the elect is, they the real celebrities. They the real rich man. They the real wealthy. Right. 3 and 17.
Revelation 3 and 17, because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing.
Right, that's Jake think that if they can stack to a certain amount of numbers in their bank account, life is gonna be good. The curse is gonna relieve all. You're not escaping the curses. We are under the curses for our disobedience against the Heavenly Father. So until you repent, come back to the Lord's and commandments, turn back to the Heavenly Father, the truth and sincerity, it ain't gonna lighten up. And even then, once you repent, it's gonna lighten up for a second, but the spirit's gonna come back and you're gonna be tempted. That's what the Lord said. If thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, man. Right. Because it's gonna be a different type of test now. Because first you had carnal tests. Now you gonna have spiritual tests. Yeah, I did a video. The title was now is the what he said. He said now is the time to have that ultimate faith we've been talking about. You know, we've been preaching it. We've been preaching. Now it's gonna come down to the wire. Who actually really got that faith, man? You know, your woman, your child. You know what I'm saying? That's why
it's every man for themselves.
Yeah, man. That's why
every man for themselves.
You can't really be attached to entities around you. Really, you gotta have some type of boundaries to be able to combat the spirits that come on individuals that's meant for destruction. You don't even know they meant for destruction, but when it's time, you know what I'm saying, then it should be known who's chosen, and then it's gonna be known who's against them, man. So when those spirits come, when those spirits get riled up, you wasn't so attached to it to the point that you get affected. Because we are in the flesh, we gonna have emotions, you know what I'm saying? We gonna have things going through our mind like, damn, I can't believe this shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's all about the faith. Go ahead, huh?
Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence.
Yeah,
work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Right. And that's it's all about how we walk in the absence of the brotherhood, being on our own, you know, in our own worldly, want to say, you know, walk or whatever, our own spiritual walk in this world. You know, that's the integrity. It says, Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved.
Right, hey, Slaki, the brother mentioned integrity. You go into that word integrity, it means to be whole. Like being in a whole state, okay? Like being completely what you are supposed to be in that moment. Or, you know what I'm saying? That's what integrity is, man. Slaki, right?
It says, wherefore, my beloved, Philippians 2:12, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Right, because you're not gonna be able to tell another brother whether he is amongst the elect or not. You know, the only thing the best thing you could do is push yourself towards that hope, and then hope that, you know, the next brother be doing the same thing.
It says, you know? For it is the Most High which worketh in you, both to will and to do of His good pleasure.
Right. It's the Most High that worketh in you, man. So whether you go towards the destruction or you go to being risen up, man, it's the Most High that worketh, man. You know, He do these things, man. So that's why we got to stay in the spirit of the Lord, man. Dwell under the shadow of the Almighty, under them chariots that cover and hover over us day in and day out, man.
I said that's the spirit. That's lesson not too long ago. You know, we got to clean out our spiritual house and make room for the Lord. Now we need Him more than ever. You know, we got to keep our temples clean. That's where Yahweh dwells, and that's what makes us different from Ecclesiastes 81. That's going to make us a strong tower, Lord willing, we those men when Jacob's trouble pop up. And it's all going to boil down to Yahweh or Mammon. You know, that's what it's going to boil down to. Is he going to be willing to serve me? How about Shemel Shah, or is he going to, you know, break down and want to, you know, pretty much deal with the thing?
That's what this whole thing is about. The Lord, I think it's in Sirach. It says sin is attached to
buying and selling.
Sin is attached to buying and selling. That's what this whole thing is about, man. Okay? And the Lord said, I'm going to get it with Brother Cody, because He said, get your spiritual house in order, man.
Once again, hey, what we out here doing? Well, you know, like the brother said, it's not just out here, it's on our own personal time too. We were meant, you know, we born it. You see? And we the poor. You know, the poor is the Israelites. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 13, and verse 3. It says, the rich man have done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also. It says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. So you got the poor, like the brother was saying, you got the poor, you know, dancing and hooping and hollering because they say their net worth is this and that. But at the same time, this goddamn devil could care less about you. But Yahweh Shemel Shah actually cared for his elect. You see? And I'm reading one time to say, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
That's what Esau do. He use our people when he need to use them, and then when he done using you, you a rapist. Or you got all these women coming up saying that you raped them back in 1992. You know, because he don't need you no more. And now you might be trying to do your own thing. You might be trying to empower yourself or your nation. Esau not going with that. That's why in these contracts they write up different clauses and things like that where they can't spend the money how they want to spend the money. They got to spend the money on fashion, on jewelry, on cars, on houses, and not for anybody else other than themselves.
Because man, let's try and thought, but I'm gonna keep going. Verse I'm gonna go down to verse 17. It says, "What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb?" So
go back up where you was at.
It says, verse 4. It says, "If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee."
Yeah, because that's what Christopher Columbus, Fernando Castillo, and Cortez, and all these other people that when they came over here, what did they want? They wanted gold, and they made them bring them gold daily, a certain amount of quota. They had one job where they would be like divers, and they would dive for oysters. Is it oysters? What is it? Oysters that they got the pearls? Clams, one of them. But they had them diving for pearls, and they would dive all day long, man. And they would have to hold their breath for 3-4 minutes at a time. Okay, and of course many of them died daily. But then once they got all, brought them all to gold, they would they would talk to the chief. The chief said, "Look, man, I ain't got no more gold." Then what do? They tortured them. They killed them.
It says, "If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear."
Yeah, he will live with thee. He'll come over here. He'll try to integrate himself with you. Tell you it's all peace, it's all love. Then as soon as you teach him how to till the land, as soon as you teach him how to be self-sufficient, he can't come to genocide you, man, to kill you, and to take over what you got. That's why chapter 12 talk about never trust thy enemy, man. For like as iron rusted, so is wickedness, man. You can't stop iron from rusting, man. It don't matter how many times you polish it, the rust is eventually gonna show. Keep going.
It says, "If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it."
Right, because you just a savage. You just a super predator. You just a school prison pipeline victim, man. You know, you need to be civilized. I need to put you in a concrete jungle, okay, in projects, so I can civilize you. This what you meant by civilizing us, Esau?
It says, "If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it."
Damn. It's his history.
Right.
He proud of it. Sorry, this nigga proud. But now it's a shameful spewing on that pride, man. Okay?
It says, "If thou have," and what's that? What is it like when you pretty much do wrong and don't take accountability for it? You know, that's Esau. You know, he did all his wicked ass, unjust things to lower ass people, and he don't think that he gonna take accountability. He not sorry for it. You see, it says if and he don't have no shame upon it. It says if he have need of thee,
because the scripture says no upright in him, man. So it's not even in him to even feel that way. That's how you know he's not like it's impossible for him to actually obtain to this knowledge in this book, man.
Well, it says, "If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee." Right, I'm reading up on time.
Because he's a deceiver, man. Right. He's the one that pushes a deception into the earth. Say one thing, you mean another. Right, bro. You got. I mean, it's really baffling, like how you got this nigga on. You got these niggas on live TV. They'll say something. 2 weeks later, they'll say something else. And they go back to the first video, say what they said in the first video, cut some part out of it. Then come back a month later and say something completely contrary to all videos. Then come back 2 months later and say something that they said in the second video. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, bro, if I was to say he a man of God, they said it's a God-fearing country, but then the first law Joe Biden passed was for trannies, bro. So, how is this but this is what he tell you something with his mouth, but he do something else. Right. That's witchcraft.
Yeah, they say it's a God-fearing country, and then one of these goddamn devils, when the so-called when the stuff was when the
Get Psalms 10.
when the COV was supposed to be going down, you know, one of the goddamn devils had said, you know, the reason that it went down was not because of God, but because
of science. Yeah, that was Andrew Cuomo, man. Okay, that Edomite. I'm talking about it wasn't God that got the numbers down, it was science. Okay.
Well, it was pseudoscience.
You know why he said that? We about to read the scripture. That's the spirit. We about to read the scripture to show why he said that. We start at the top.
This is Psalms chapter 10 and verse 1. Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in the time of trouble? The wicked in his pride doeth prosecute the poor. Salaki, persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that that they have imagined.
Read it again.
Right? Verse 2, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Right.
For the wicked boasted of his...
The Lord gonna persecute you. It said in Psalms 2. Somebody can search that scripture. It say that the Lord persecute those that persecute me. Who got their phone? You got your phone? Persecute those that persecute me. Read that verse again.
Verse 2, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken.
In his pride do persecute the poor. This is a proud land. Make America great again. You know, the land of the free, the home of the brave, whatever they be saying. Or the proud Marines.
Right. And how was America made great? Through persecuting the poor.
Great job,
right, intelligent.
Right.
This is book of Matthew.
Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart desires.
And Salaki, when you go into that word devices, those are cunningly devised plans. Those are traps. They're snares.
He said, read that again. That last part just read.
Verse 3, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire.
Right.
And bless the covetous whom the Lord abhorred.
The point is on the Most High, not in all his thoughts. Wherever that scripture, you can read that one. So that's why I pulled the precept. The Lord, they're not thinking about the Lord. Right. That's why I just said the wicked boasteth in his heart and his heart's desire. Any nigga do what his will. He do what he will, man. You know, as much as the Lord allows him to, man. The Lord gave you free reign to just be wicked, man. You know, he didn't give us free reign to be wicked. You know, we follow after you. That's why we get punished. I got a precept. Psalms 35 and 6. Let their way be dark and slippery. Let the angel of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua persecute them. So you're going to get persecuted by Yahushua, man. Okay? That's why you can persecute the poor all you want, but these poor is the ones that have been chosen by the Lord. Lord said he chose the poor of this world rich in faith. Okay?
I got a slug here real quick, Bubba Deshaun. This is Esther chapter 7, verse 10. It says, so they hang Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified. So, you know, example-wise, you know, we can think of these wicked elites as Haman, like all these things that they plan for our demise.
They are Haman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They are Amalek.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you got it.
They're con. It goes back into how they've been persecuting the poor. And they will continue to do so until the chariots come.
We're doing it now. Right.
Yeah,
you gotta get the yab, you know, yeah, kind. You gotta get
I got
the grain of rice soon come. You gonna have to all you people gonna have to get the grain of rice, man. Okay, it's not gonna be negotiable. It's not. It could change. You're gonna have to take the microchip, man. The mark of the beast. Okay, because this is the beast system, the Antichrist system. Okay, and the shelves are about to be empty. And then what? See, it's all just a conspiracy theory and a joke and a game until it happens. Until you go to the grocery store and it really ain't nothing. Then you go to the dollar store and it really ain't nothing. Then you go to Dollar Tree and it still ain't nothing. Then you go to the gas station and it's only a few snacks left. It ain't gas. You know how fast the shit gonna get swallowed, gonna get devoured and bought up when people realize that this is it.
Right, because people gonna start panic buying.
Yo, meat is like $200, man. You got gas that's high as fuck. You got in Virginia, bro. You got the dollar store and Dollar Tree raising their prices. Shit is like $3 in that bitch, bro. Like, bro, these people is mad, bro. They don't understand what's inflation. I went into that. If they're talking about famine, if they're talking about shortages and famine on the mainstream media, then you know it's coming. Yeah, we've been saying it, starting with the Elder Apostle Great Millstone, GMS, for decades. They've been saying it for decades. Okay, we've been telling you that the famine was gonna come. Right, and but we know how. We said, yeah, they was gonna block off the cargo ships and they was gonna do this. We didn't know exactly what it was gonna play out, but we knew that Yahweh Shah was gonna bring it. Yeah, that's beautiful. You said, damn, what you saying? Because we prophesied, we know in part, we prophesied in part. We prophesied what was given to us. Lord didn't tell us the exact details of how everything was going to play out. We didn't know that they were going to create a global pandemic. Okay? It says, well, we kind of did. In Revelation 13, say cause of all, both small and great, all over the world. Yeah, you know? Real quick, it's Revelation 13 and 11. I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. You know, so going back that beast, man. You know, he say things. You in the belly of the beast. He ruled like this, but then he come with draconian measures. Like he punished you for allowing you to do things, and then he'll punish you because he allowed you to do it, and you fell for it, and he'll punish you. That's fucking psycho, man. Can you read that one more time? Revelation, yeah, you said that, right? Revelation 13 and 11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Yeah, so this man, he has two horns like a lamb. He come at you peaceable. He gives you this, illusion of choice, you know. But he's really speaking as a dragon. The choice is to take away your freedoms. Every choice that you make digs you deeper and deeper into a hole. It said in Isaiah 10 to take away the right of the poor of my people. Okay, so that's his goal. Is to say in Psalm 2, let our strength be the law of justice, man. That's how they think. They think that our power is in the laws that we create. If we can create laws and sanctions and different legislations, we can control the people and steer them into the way of this beast system. Right. We can conform their minds to believe that homosexuality is okay and good. Right. We can conform their minds to believe that it's okay to allow their daughter to change their sex to a man. Right. And they did it with their laws and legislation. Yep. Okay? Yep. He caused crowd to prosper, and through his policies, he caused crowd to prosper. Best believe that he wrote those laws in cursive. Yep. Okay? Yep. Because why? Because it's all part of his witchcraft, man. The pen is the wine, you know what I'm saying? Like, this man is by far the most wicked, the most evil thing that's ever been lived on the earth, man.
This is the Merriam-Webster definition of inflation. It says a continuing rise in the general price level, usually attributed to an increase in the volume of money and credit relative to available goods and services.
Yeah, and then go type it in Google. So basically, what it's saying, you gotta explain what it's saying. Jake, like, well, English, please. Basically, what it's saying is that the more money you pump into an economy, the value of that money goes down, which makes the prices of products go up. But eventually, it's like a balloon. You can only insert so much air into a balloon before it pops. Okay, because there's a certain capacity, okay, that it has. And it's the same thing with this economy. Eventually, it's going to pop, okay, and it's going to crash, and it's going to be worth absolutely nothing. And it's going to be an all-out free-for-all out here until they mandate the grain of rice, until they come with that grain of rice. We don't know how long that's going to. It could be a week, and that could be the craziest week of our lives, man. The time between the dollar crash and them bringing in the solution, which is the microchip, the grain of rice, man.
And I speak as a man, but like once one little thing really pop off, it's gonna cause everything just to go.
Yeah, Pastor Tar said it all the time. It's gonna once yeah, it's gonna everything's gonna move real fast. Especially once the chip is made mandatory. You can start looking up for the missiles and them chariots, man. Once the chip is made mandatory.
Because then you have inflation in one area, that's gonna cause people to fly out to other areas, and then spend too much over there, and then there's some more inflation. Everything is just gonna go down like a triple effect, like dominoes, like the brother said. One little mishap is gonna cause everything else to just fall. This is
right. That caused your neighbors enter into your house because of lack of bread. You know what I'm saying? All those things just trigger. Yeah, that's why this famine is so big right now in the news, because that's about to once that hits, once them shelves is empty, man, it's gonna get crazy. Yep. It's going to get ridiculous. You ain't just gonna be able to go to work and just say, I'm just gonna go to work today. No, you gonna pray before you drive to work that day. You gonna pray before you drive to work today. You don't run into a flash mob. You don't run into rioting. You might not even go to fucking work. Okay, work gonna be shut down. You know, but you might try to go to a brother's house, and that's gonna, you know, you might try to link up with some brothers or get up with all the brothers, and that's gonna be a true journey, man. Yep. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Hey, did that not happen? Then there was a point in time right before everything was cheap. It's still cheap. It was cheap, man. And the fact that it's still cheap is why people don't actually see the inflation. Okay, because the inflation is going up, but okay, other things are cheap, like a vehicle. I mean, not a vehicle, but you got food and you know, different things, clothing and shoes and like I said, snacks, certain things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the things that really matter are going up. Yeah. Money, food, oil, gas. That's what I mean. You know, so you might notice at the gas tank, but other shit you still can get cheap. So that's why it's like, you know, it's not really resonating in the people's mind. It only resonates when the hyperinflation comes, like the lady in the video.
Yeah, you're going to imagine having $1,000 and only leaving with bread, a little bit of water, and fuck around like a pack of turkey meat. Yeah. Like, that's when the shit going to get real. That's when you're going to understand, like, oh, maybe we should have been listening to them dudes with
the angry purple dude, he posted a picture of it. He bought like maybe 10 items, maybe less than that, probably. But he said it all cost him $150 for just a little bit amount of stuff. He said it wouldn't cost him that much, you know, a while ago. But another reason why is things are cheap because of the balloon aspect of what I was saying, where when you pump money into the economy, the thing, just because it's cheap doesn't mean that tomorrow it can't be $200. That's where the deception comes in with this whole inflation thing. Right. Is the fact that it's gonna stay cheap up until the breaking point. Right. That's the whole point. Right. You think you're in a good case because it's cheap, but it's gonna stay cheap until that day when it's 100 times its normal price. Right. When the more money you put into the economy, the weaker it becomes. Right. You know, you can't just continually dump money, so-called free money into this economy, man. Yeah, it's like you sleeping on a balloon. Oh, this is a comfy balloon. Yeah, but the more you sleep on, eventually that balloon is gonna bust. It get heavier, your body get heavier and heavier. Right, you lean on it for support, but eventually it's gonna bust. Yeah.
Right, and the owners of these different shops and gas stations, they just gonna go with it. They ain't gonna have no choice but to pick their prices up, because dealing with the
they make money off of it. Right. They wanna lose out making money. Yeah. Crazy. Yo, this is inflation. Another Wikipedia, they got more of a better insight. It said it's inflation. It says in economics, right? Inflation, or frequently price inflation, is a general rise in the price level of an economy over a period of time. You see, over a period of time. TJ, everybody think everything. No, this is a period of time. Gradualism. So this inflation that we're seeing, it started at a certain point and it's continuing to this day. It's not going to go away because it has to issue in that NWO. That's what he's using. This one of the tools he's using to issue in that NWO. It says when the general price level rises, each unit of currency buys fewer goods and services. Okay, that's all. So in the process of that, you have people now working. You got everywhere you go around the city, you see help wanted signs. So by people now working, it doesn't produce other revenue into that business. So it says each unit of currency buys fewer goods and services. So therefore you have lesser people buying things, because you don't have them businesses at the height that it was, because you don't have people working it to make the products. You don't have people working it to build and to, you know, it says Consequently, inflation reflects a reduction in the purchasing power per unit of money, or loss of real value in the medium of exchange and unit of account within the economy.
Right, because these nations is going back to real money, which is silver and gold. Okay, they're not dealing with the dollar as much as they used to, and they don't want to lean on the dollar no more because they see what it's gotten them to, which is debt.
Hey, check. It says very high inflation and hyperinflation.
Yeah, get Habakkuk 2. I'm already here.
Are harmful events which economists believe are caused by persistent excessive growth in the money's supply, man. Right. So now you have hyperinflation. Okay.
Yeah, hyperinflation. That was hyperinflated meat that you saw in that video in Virginia. The slab costed $235, and then you had another one that was $230, another one that was $217, another one that was $175. So what are you gonna do when you walk into the corner store, and that's who you gonna call on, man? Who you gonna call on? What God is it that's gonna save you? Is it thyself?
Hey,
is it the horoscope?
Exactly.
Is it the sage? What God are you gonna call on, man? Is it bloody Virgin Mary?
Jake intertwined with the beast, Jake intertwined with Esau. So the same thing he said in Isaiah 47, he said, call on those astrologers, those prognosticators, man. In that time. See if they save you. He told that to Esau, the same thing Jake gonna do, because the Jake is into that chakras and shit like that, man.
Then you're gonna call on somebody, and hey, we try to get you in this, to call on our God so that you may be saved. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Yeah. About gold and silver.
Yeah, hey, so like, read that. Because that's beautiful. And what you got?
Genesis 13:2.
Yeah, beautiful. It says hyperinflation. It says in economics, hyperinflation is a very high and typically accelerating inflation. Right, so Esau got his foot on the gas, man. It says it quickly erodes the real value of the local currency. It says as the prices of all goods increase, man. So that's it, man. That's what hyperinflation is. A very high and typically accelerating inflation that quickly erodes the real value of the local currency as the prices of all goods increase. So now you have hyperinflation. Okay? So now by having hyperinflation, you have other things that can issue in, man. Okay? Now you have the famine being increased. A famine is just a scarcity of food. Okay? Read that.
This is Genesis chapter 13 and verse 2.
Yeah. Oh, that's the spirit.
And Abram was very rich in cattle and silver and in gold.
Yeah, so silver and gold as well as cattle and livestock, that's real money. That's real value and real wealth. And that's what these nations is turning back to. It said to ask for the old path, wherein is the good way. The heathen going to do it too to an extent.
That's why we read earlier, Job 24, it said they violently take away flocks. They understand real wealth, man. It's like
but Esau just slaughtered the flock. He's just a dummy. He's just a dummy. Instead of keeping it, you know what I'm saying, and selling it and making money off of it, he slaughtered them for the hatred that he had for Jacob.
What is it called? The ecosystem? They messed the ecosystem up by doing that, like doing away with the
Yeah, so he said they defiled the earth. See Isaiah 24? Yeah, he said the earth is defiled. Yeah. Read that again.
This is Genesis 13 and verse 2. And Abram was very rich in cattle and in silver and in gold.
Yeah, that's the real money. And I'm going to do something else. This is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sold places appear unsold, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound. Yeah, why they gonna be found empty? Because people gonna buy it. Everything gonna get snatched or bought. It's 5-finger discount or they gonna buy it. Okay? And that's where that panic buying it. This shelves is gonna be empty, man.
Oh,
and some brothers don't have a lot of food in their house to begin with. Some brothers got a little something, but no brothers relying on it.
It's like it. That's the spirit. Isaiah 24:1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. Got it. Well,
no, it's verse 4.
No, I know. Yeah, I keep going. because the brother, I forgot what you said, it escaped me, but yeah, the Lord is making the earth empty, man. Right. You know, He's taking away the mirth, He's taking away the joy, He's taking away the things that, because niggas take joy in food, man. You know, niggas obese. You have food competitions.
That's a necessity.
You know,
like, yeah, the Lord taking away the bare necessities. That's how we know the elect gonna be good, because the Lord said, "Give us this day our daily bread." I got one. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 37 and verse 21. It says, "Then Zedekiah the king commanded that they should commit Jeremiah into the court of the prison, and that they should give him daily a piece of bread out of the bigger street until all the bread in the city were spent. Thus Jeremiah remained in the court of the prison." You know, so hey, the prophet was dealing with these things in the midst, you know, of the destruction of these kingdoms. And it's the same thing today. And we out here coming in and prophesying, but in the midst of this, we ain't just putting this out our ass. These things is actually happening. You know.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's why it came back to me, because the brother mentioned earlier, like when they hit the mainstream media, that's the last part. So by the time it reached them,
right?
Come on, man.
Right. Yeah, right. That's why you can't be a mainstream media person, man, because you the last person to get any type of information, and then your information is mumbo jumbo.
Hey, don't let it be American news. That's the last place to reach information. We watch overseas news.
Talk about CNN, RT.
I saw on CNN 19 Action News. 19 Action News. Yeah. Go ahead. Isaiah 24:3. The land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for the Lord has spoken His word. It says the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The hearts of people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth.
Yeah, the earth is under a curse right now. Okay, and you defiled the land when you killed off all that livestock. Okay, when you like what it said, you knocked off the balance of the ecosystem, so to speak. Okay.
The Lord created each to have His purpose.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying?
It's
an ecosystem, which means it's a system. Can somebody look at that word, ecosystem?
Yeah.
Which means you gotta cohabit with these things. Yep. So why the hell would you defile and damage and destroy something that you in the midst of, man?
Yep.
You gotta breathe this air, but you pollute the air.
Hey, that's why the scripture.
You gotta drink the water, but you pollute the water.
That's why the scripture say in Isaiah it says Isaiah 14:6 and so forth. It says the trees rejoice because no feller has come against them. You know, He cut the trees down, which produce oxygen, man.
What is wrong with you, man?
You crazy?
Well, we know what's wrong with you. You doing it on purpose. You started with the top international bankers. You're trying to depopulate the earth. You want the population of the earth to be under 500 million pursuant to the Georgia Guidestones.
Hey, and in reality, it goes back down. He showed you in the movie Avatar. What happened when they started to cut the tree down, and all the Avatar body, they start to feel the pain of the tree get cut down. Because we are connected with the earth. If they hurt the earth, they eventually take away us. They want to take away everything that we have to deal with, bro. This is our world, bro. You know, they showed you that in the movie Avatar. It says, the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Right. Like Brother Yahya said last week, the Heavenly Father already got a law. Why do we need your law? When the Lord already got a law, but then your law break the laws of the Heavenly Father of it. Right. So that's what you say, who opposes and exalted themselves above all that you call the Heavenly Father. You already got a law, but here come your law is better than the Heavenly Father's law. Right.
Your science is better than the herbs that the Heavenly Father created.
Right.
We should trust in you. We should trust in the fucking devil, man.
Right.
Who ain't did shit for humanity in the history of humanity, man. But now all of a sudden he's the world physician, and he the CDC and the World Health Organization. We know what's best.
Right. You got something called women get their tubes tied. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Or you get the tonsils removed. And the apostle said that the tonsils is something in the tonsils that they when you breathe in air that it helps to build up your immune system, man.
Yep.
But then when you a kid, you taking all the children's tonsils out.
Yep.
Because you know everything was created for its uses, and you know the uses of certain things, but you withhold it from the people.
Even dealing with certain foods that he put inside of baby food and stuff like that. I was watching the video. One chick was putting a magnet on some baby food, and it was sticking into the magnet. You know.
It says, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned from the earth. Right, the earth is cursed, man. That's why you got fishes washing up on the shore, hundreds of thousands of fishes. You know. Which one it is? That was it. That's the first. Okay,
real quick. The definition of ecosystem, it says the complex of a community of organisms and its environment function as an ecological unit. So we all coming together.
Unit.
Yeah. So good example how Gad interacted with the buffalo and the bison. They wouldn't kill all of them. Why the fuck would you commit genocide? They took the animal, they killed it, they made meat, they used the fat to heat up stuff. You know what I'm saying? They used the coats and stuff for pelts.
They breed them.
Yeah.
People. They said they didn't waste no part of the body. They didn't waste no part of the animal body. Everything. It all went to use.
Shit, fertilized crops. When they was growing maize.
That's how it worked. That's how it worked.
All things come together.
Everything was made for its use. You know? And we had that wisdom, and we getting back to that wisdom, and that's what we saw hate.
And the whole earth.
So now we can accuse him of all the things that he's doing wrong in the earth. Yeah, now he's accused. You know?
And the whole earth was established in unity. The whole earth was made to be established in unity. You know, how the clouds interact with the ground. You know how the whole earth was made to be established in unity. Everything.
Everything goes together. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. The tribes.
What they teach you in school? What they call it? What's the cycle? The rain cycle. That shit called photosynthesis. Yeah, all that.
No, not photosynthesis. That's with the plants. I know what you're talking about because it explains how the water evaporation. It might be something like that. Yeah,
it's photosynthesis, bro. It's the plants. It's the word that they put on the motion, like the rain going to the water, and the evaporation.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But no, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything goes together, man. When you fuck up one part, you fuck up the whole system, man.
In the scriptures, you know, the scriptures talk about that in the book of Ecclesiastes, the first chapter. You know, that everything is supposed to be made in the unity of rotation. You know.
St. John, chapter 15, verse 22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, this Yahweh Shah, this word, this Bible, right? If this Bible was not here, right? It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin. So you don't have no cloak or no covering for your sin. You are completely exposed, man. Okay? All your wicked plans, you get Nahum chapter 3, that shameful spewing, man. You being exposed now. Because this word has come. The comforter, Yahweh Shah, have come and given us this word. And not only given us this word, but the understanding of it. Okay? So now you don't have no covering. Because this word, this Bible exposes the white man. No, this is not the white man's book. This Bible exposes him and everything that he's doing to bring death into the earth. Yeah, it's completely against him, man. Like he knows that, man. The wicked say we're a clean contrary, man. He knows this is not for him, man. That's why he tries to manipulate and use it. And he keeps as a weapon. The scriptures say keep. Not the scriptures, Salakia. There's a saying in the world: keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So he hold tight to this Bible like it got something to do with him, so that you don't think that it got something to do with you. He broadcast it on live TV when he get inaugurated. When he get inaugurated, he put it up and show. Look, man.
They swear on it.
Yeah, inauguration is channeling demons.
This is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery.
This ain't nothing but bloody city. Right now, we walking on the blood of our ancestors, man. Yeah, you got the word church, wide paths, man. Yep. You know? Yep.
The prey departeth not.
I just had to say that.
Verse 2. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses.
Yeah, you was at the border whipping up Jake, man. On horses, man, whipping them up, man. Can't make this up, man. The word Heavenly Father fulfilled. Your servants on horses. Yeah, the princes walking the earth. Service to the earth, right. See, the world didn't even know you was a servant. We exposed that you're not even the top alpha male on the earth. You're the real alpha male. You're the lowest of the lowest. Yeah. cave dweller, nothing, spittle. Hold on, keep going.
God. And of the and of the jumping chariots. The horseman lifteth up both bright swords and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is and there is none end of their corpse.
He said there's no end of their corpse. Because he's a man, I read it earlier in Sirach 34. God, when that destruction comes, it's gonna be miles upon hundreds of miles of dead bodies. Dead, burnt, melted, evaporated to a crisp, to dust bodies, man. To take away the man of blood. When that famine hit, and the inner cities across the United States of America and across the world, London, Australia, Sydney, Berlin, Johannesburg, Rio de Janeiro, when that famine hit, it's gonna be bodies on top of bodies for miles upon end. Yeah, you got them vultures coming out. You're gonna have exotic coyotes, wolves. That's what's gonna bring them animals into the inner city. Because all the death is gonna be here.
The scripture said that the beast shall feast upon their flesh, and the fowl shall eat them, and none shall feed them away.
Woo! None shall feed them away, because the Spirit of the Lord. He created spirits of vengeance, and He created these spirits to do these things, and partake in these things, man.
They stumble upon their corpse because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts.
The mistress of witchcrafts. No, she's the foundation of sorcery, man. Okay?
And they say that
it's not Christian. It's not Christianity. No, it's witchcraft. That's why we here. The truth. That's why the truth is here to expose the lies, man. So that you know that look, that's not the right way. That's actually a false way. That's actually a way of deception that you have been following. That this man has told you was the right way, but he's not here to tell you what is right and what is good. He brought you here in chains, right? And he kept you in chains for 200 years, right? And then he finally said, "I'm gonna take the chains off, right? And I'm gonna make Jim Crow laws." Yeah, he enslaved you for a reason. It never was meant to like. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm talking. Make America great. What point was America great, Kraken? Tell me. Right. When you was the Kraken. Right. Go ahead.
I read verse 4 again. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face.
And it says, sell up nations through her whoredoms. And when we got over here, this damn devil, he wasn't only shipping us to America, but he was also selling us off to the other heathen nations. You know, that was a part of his whoredoms.
Yeah, read that one. Yeah, that was the point. Yeah, right.
And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Is that where it says shameful spewing? Or did you read that part already? Read that last verse again, though. That's a good one. Read it again.
Verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Yes, hey, Salakia, hey, it's crazy that if you see a hoe walking down the street, even a hoe will pull down her, like try to push down her skirt when the wind blows. Right. You know? But that don't mean she's not a hoe. The Lord said He's gonna discover your lift up your skirt, man. Show your shame, because even a hoe is shameful when her shit get blown up. You know. Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand, shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. So that's what you're seeing is a shameful spewing that's covering your reputation, man. That's why people say, I'm not trusting the thing in the arm. I'm not trusting the dart. You know? Right. I'm not trusting this man. I'll quit my job. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do that. Because your reputation is being covered by shame. Okay? You don't look like a trustworthy individual pursuant to history. Right. It's been found out. He said he was white because he came in this image of purity, and I got this, I got that, got this knowledge. So all time you an Edomite though. Yeah, right. All time you are the wicked of the Bible. The infamous Edomites. That's you. You are the infamous Edomites, the infamous Esau, who sold his birthright, the kingdom of heaven, for one morsel of raw meat. That's you. And we came out here and exposing that on your glory, man. In the midst of your glorious kingdom, here we come out the, out the, what they say, like a rose on the concrete. You know, because we curse right now. We curse, so we that rose from the concrete, man.
I got one. That's a lock real quick. And you know, that's how the media know who Esau is, because a GMS brother did it a while ago, and it's talking about everybody hates Chris. You know, that bully that used to fuck with Chris, he called him Esau one day. He used to call him all different types of names. Sambo, Coon, nigga.
He called him Esau?
Yeah.
Look it up.
You saw that episode? So I need 2 witnesses. Who else watched that episode? Put on the comment board. They called him Esau for real?
Bubba Kasab, you can find it. Actually,
yeah. If you find it on YouTube, you find the clip. Yeah, send that.
This is book of his name, Joey.
You got a precept?
Yeah, I got a
Okay, Con, then we're going to go to that Isaiah 47.
This book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 27. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity. And it says, and the earth shall rise up against him.
Damn.
Yeah, so he be, hey, the spirit of Yahweh shall put it, he put the spirit on his men, starting with the 7 and starting with the apostles. And now, that spirit exposes goddamn devil. And that's the heaven showing his iniquity. Man.
Hey,
why the nakedness? That's the skirt being lifted up.
Hey, because John the Baptist came back to do what he was supposed to do, and paved the way for the body of Yahweh Shah, man. To expose for that light to be rained on the earth again. To expose the darkness.
Right. And it say, and the earth shall rise up against him. This whole time, not only has he been abusing and torturing the Lord's people, but also the earth. Because he don't know how to till the earth. Cutting, like the brother said, cutting down trees.
Well, he know how to, but he don't do good. That's why the Lord said to him that knows to do good and do it not, it is sin. That's gonna cover you, man. That scripture gonna cover you because you had the Bible. You swore in the Bible. You took the covenant in your mouth. You knew what to do good, but you chose. You make a conscious decision to pollute the earth. You make a conscious decision to put pesticides and fluoride and everything. You make a conscious decision to put something called slow viruses in these inoculations, man. That's what you do, man. Yeah. And the scriptures, that's what we're going. I ain't bring it out, but going in Sirach 34. That's what it said. It said, he said, he that sacrifices, the Lord is not pleased with the sacrifice of the wicked. And he roughly paraphrasing, it says, because it goes back to Cain and Abel. He can't, like the brothers wanted to. He can't till the ground if he wanted to. He know how, but he can't. He can't tend to the earth. He won't yield his strength. It won't yield his strength. That was the curse of Cain. Yeah,
if you wanted to make a water sell, if you wanted to sell water,
hey, Salaki, you
have to go through the goddamn devil. He would have to get a license to sell pure water.
That's why he needed Jake to be in a low state to tend to the earth, to like uphold it to a certain state, to him to get to his height. That's why he had that happen, man. Psalm 64. Verse 1, hear my voice, O power, and my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And that's you basically speaking death into existence by your legislation and by your plan, your military actions and commands, okay? Your tongue is nothing but a tool of violence. It says, verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. So you make a conscious decision, okay, in secret to create things that destroy the Israelites, man, the elect of the nation of Israel, man. But that desire of you having a world without Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the Israelites in general, the speckled bird, that's never going to happen, man. You're never going to have a world with a pure Edomite stock, and then you're just going to have a couple of heathens that's just going to be your perpetual slaves. That wasn't your blessing, man. That was our blessing. You sold that for raw meat. Don't you remember?
Right.
Hey, can't you call some witches and warlocks and demons, and they can show you that day? Don't you remember that day, man? That's what they say in Job 20. It's like going to be a dream. It's going to wither away. It's not even real. That's a false reality, bro. You can never be in a position like an Israelite, bro. It says, real quick, it says, verse 4, Psalm 64:4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who who shall see them? Right. They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So you wicked, man, you practice on how to get better at being wicked. Your thought process when you perform wickedness is so deep that you think 5 steps ahead, man. You know? Right, that's Habakkuk 2. They know that if we would make this type of food, like I was meditating on just a wallet. You wear a wallet in your back pocket, and you wear a wallet in your back pocket for years upon years. You mess your back up, then you develop hemorrhoids like my father. So my father, he was like, damn, this is the worst pain of my life. He said, don't ever put your wallet in your back pocket. Don't ever. You think it's just a wallet, it's just a pocket in the back. No, Esau thought about that shit, man. He said that if we put a wallet in the back pocket and they sit on it, press it, and they compress their blood vessels, and they do it for years upon years, and mess your back up, and you develop hemorrhoids and all type of shit. Somebody thought about that, man. Somebody thought about that. It wasn't fashion. You think it's fashion? It's wickedness, man. I stopped that years ago. My back was fucked up. I stopped 2 years ago. I don't carry no wallets anymore, bro. Real quick, man, set up your balance. God, beautiful. All false balance is an abomination to the Lord. God. Hey, it says, God, that shows you everything, man. This spirit is manifold. Manifold, bro. Manifold. This is going back to the brother about that Psalm 64 out. Psalms, Sirach 34. As it said, his inward thoughts are deep. So, like he searched out a diligent search. He knows exactly what he's doing and when he's doing it and what he's trying to get out of it, man. It says, Sirach 34 and 18, he that sacrificeth of a thing wrongfully gotten, his offering is ridiculous, and the gifts of unjust men are not accepted. He know he not accepted. It says the Most High is not pleased with the offering of the wicked, neither is he pacified for sin of the multitude of sacrifices. No, it don't matter if Esau was like, you know what I'm gonna do, and try to throw up more sacrifice. It doesn't matter. The Lord is not pleased with the offering of the wicked. He told you that in Genesis 4, man. When Cain tried to offer up his offering, man. God.
This book of Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16.
So like he said, if your offering was good, would you not be accepted? So it shows you that he's created to be that vibration of wicked, man. Okay, I'll go ahead.
It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau.
Yeah, because so Esau not gonna shed a tear. He's not gonna lose sleep over people starving when in this famine that's coming. He's not gonna lose sleep with martial law troops running in and busting people's heads open and raping women. He's not gonna lose. He's the one that's commanding it. He's not losing sleep. Keep going.
Right, we're not gonna lose sleep when you get your ass whooped in the kingdom.
It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Yeah, so you sold your birthright. That was, you sold it, man. Keep going though.
It says, for you know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was.
Hold on. Read it again.
It says, for ye know how that afterward, when he will have received, inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
Because according to our traditions, the firstborn received that blessing.
And he said he knew afterward he would inherit that. Like, so this nigga don't give a damn about the Most High. Right. He don't give a damn about Israelites. He don't give a damn about the earth.
Right.
Because he know that he had it. Like, it doesn't matter to this dude, bro. That's why he's so mad, because he knew that he sold the birthright. Like, he realized afterward what he did. It's like, because words mean something. So when you give your word, when you say, that's why he said, swear to me this day. When you swear, that the spirit calculates that. That's on record. So it was a small conversation. It might not have been a big conversation, okay, but it had a lot of value to it. You don't just say anything, Esau, okay? You swore to him that you sold him his birthright. Right. And then, it was a day after that, you probably thinking like, then you probably thought about it like,
right, and what you
know what I'm saying? So he don't think that it's really gonna happen. That's why he think he still has hope. It's not like the Heavenly Father came to him again and said, sold your birthright. You know what I'm saying? Like, all we got is the word. Hey, the scriptures and how we breaking it down. The scriptures say the angels record the days, man. Right. Yeah, so that might have seemed like a small conversation to you, But in the spirit, that conversation was, number one, it was prophesied, it was essential. Okay? And it didn't matter. And it counted. The words that you said when you swear that you would say a word like that counted, man, to this day. So we about to inherit that. Right, and this was your blessing.
And at the end of the day, you didn't give a fuck. You didn't care.
Y'all watching, y'all trying to say he despised it.
Right, he didn't want to deal with a spirit like that. That's why the scriptures say Jacob have I loved. Because Jacob, he wanted the birthright.
Showing you that Jacob didn't steal the birthright. He said, Jacob have I loved. Why would the Lord love a man who stole another man's birthright?
And the Lord declared it from the beginning.
He declared it from the beginning. So, in the same chapter, bro. In the beginning of the chapter, bro. You nutso? This nigga is crazy, bro. You're the madman on earth, man. Right. And you got the whole world mad, man. You crazy, bro. The etymology of crazy is sick in the mind, man. Fuck, man.
2nd Ezra 6:25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. And the men that I receive shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning.
Bro.
For evil shall be quenched. Slakia. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And that's what's happening, man. Okay, deceit is being quenched. Okay, the truth, which have been so long without fruit, this word Yahweh Shem Yahushua, whose name has been hidden from the earth for a period of time, is now back in earth and is bringing forth fruit, man. Right, because and deceit is being overcome.
Because this whole time, what Esau been doing? He been quenching the spirit. You know, he been quenching the actual truth in the word of Yahweh Shemashah through his deceit that he is the Heavenly Father.
He said he put a covering cap. Yeah, God, he just read something very important. He said, from birth have not tasted death, man. This man has from birth, that's what he was. In the womb, that's what he was. You know, in the spirit world, that's what he is, man. That's heavy, man. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground." It says, "Come down and sit in the dust." So you're gonna be brought down to that low estate. You know, this.
I'll read it for you. This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Right. So we know that's not talking about modern Babylon. We're talking about America. And the Chaldeans, correct me if I'm wrong, but they was real heavy on the witchcraft.
Yeah, they were the magistrates.
Yeah.
They were the some sorcerers, the warlocks.
Yeah. Bitch ass wizards.
It said, and then it said, "Oh, virgin daughter," because America haven't been touched yet. America haven't been touched by these nations. Okay, you know, this is a virgin, man.
Right. Yeah, she said, "I shall." In that same chapter, he said, "I shall not see evil, or I shall not see loss of children."
Same thing it said in Revelation 18. I said, "It not a widow." You know.
Yeah, kind of. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
This is that same harlot arrayed in scarlet in Revelation 17.
Bars.
And Esau is heavy into witchcraft. The virgin daughter also. Hey, propaganda. Esau's over here in America. Like the brothers going into how we ain't gonna watch no ABC News, no fucking 123 News. While Esau on there, you know, fucking lying all goddamn thing.
Well, most newscasters, their career started as actors. They tried to be actors and they couldn't make it, and they ended up being newscasters.
Right. So all this ABC, all this propaganda on this side.
Most rappers, entertainers, they was into liberal arts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why they can go from one career to the next.
Right.
A wrestler can go to an acting career. Or
right.
Come.
But you know, hey, because propaganda is witchcraft, man. You know.
Yeah, this is
manipulated.
I got a quick one real quick. This is Psalms 137:7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, "Raise it, destroy it, destroy it, even to the foundation thereof, O daughter of Babylon." So Edom is Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
That's recompense for the things that you've done. Going back to Isaiah 47.
Get in there, bro. This Isaiah 47:1 again. Come down and sit in the dust. That's confusion, man. The Lord is going to bring you low, man. You know what I'm saying? To a defiled state. Okay?
Right.
The defiled man that's wearing a garment of glory is going to. We're exposing that garment of glory, that fake garment of glory, and you're going to put me in a state of confusion.
And what proves that? Because the scripture saying, "Is this the man that had us in captivity?" Roughly paraphrasing, this was him.
Hey, then the scripture says, "Alright, what? The people are as the king, man."
Right.
Yo, if the people is confused, the king is confused, man.
And the scriptures also talk about how he set himself on high. You know, so when it say sit upon the dust, that's symbolic for him losing his so-called crown. You know, what he think is a crown, but really is the Lord giving him a certain amount of power for a certain amount of time. You know?
It says Isaiah 47:1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. So we know it's talking about Edom. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldees.
There is no throne. Hey man, the Lord put a spirit on you to take the crowns of the elect. I mean, when I mean elect, I mean Yashar Allah. You know what I mean? Put them in the Lord's state. But then Yahweh Shemashah is gonna come back and crown the elect. You know?
Yeah, Apostle Ronald just did the lesson about how you not in control, man. He said, sit on the ground, there's no throne. You're not the authority, man. Yahweh Shemashah is the authority. And he's about to take you down, okay? Because you're not the authority. There is no throne for you. There's one that sitteth on the throne. Yahweh is his name. And that's why the Lord said on his head, he had many crowns. He's about to take you. Hey, it's a wrap, man. It says, O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Right. You're not going to be that nation that's looked up to, pursuing Jeremiah 51, and make all the earth drunk off your vain philosophies, off your wickedness, off the wicked ass vibration that you've been pushing through the left hand of Yahweh while Yahweh shot. Not on your own will. You know, what's that in Psalms where it says the wicked is the Lord's sword. He's using you. You're an instrument. You're an instrument of destruction.
It says, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen.
Just like we brought out in Nahum. And the last couple verses of Ecclesiastes in the last chapter, everything done in the dark is going to come to light. That's why the fluoride, was people really think about fluoride 50, 40 years ago? They was just drinking the tap water like, man, this shit tastes funny. It's a little murky, but it's all we got. Was people really thinking about what's the key ingredients?
What they putting in it?
Yeah, that's why you saw the labels and shit.
Yeah. Looking at the label, it's a specific one I'm looking for. What do you come back? But you know what I'm saying?
That's why they already got the commercials out there. That's why you saw they got these commercials. If you took Tyler PM between the years 1992 and 1994, you might get some $10 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck.
That's the point I'm making.
But that's the long-term effects. That's why they say it take normally 10 to 12 years to come up with a thing for your arm, but they came up with this one within 6 months. So either this shit was planned or they came up with this shit in 6 months. Well, no,
So
why would you trust something that somebody came up with 6 months?
Yeah.
And why would you trust something that somebody planned? They came out with it. I got the video on it, man. YouTube would take it down, but they got the video. I got a video recorded. I had to record it when the brother posted it like last year, 2 years ago. Bill Gates, that came up with the patent in 2005, man. They came up with the patent for this Vanessa in 2005, man. They came up with this, man. It was already established, bro.
Hey, I remember watching a video of this woman who was sick, some type of way. It was like a minor sickness, and she ended up taking some medicine from Esau, and that shit paralyzed her. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, people taking the CB.
Right.
49er, you know what I'm saying? They turned into vegetables, you know, shaking and you know. Hey, it's like it. And then you know, every time the wax mess somebody up, the person that it messed up, they always say, "I'm not making this video to tell people not to get it." Here it is, you fucked up. You like this, right?
I'm saying not taking, but this is what happened to me.
You doing the robot and shit. I'm not saying it's bad, but just be careful and ask your doctor. Like, what the fuck? No, I told you that this man has heavy witchcraft. Yeah. That's why I should say get 2 Thessalonians real quick. Hey, Salaki. 2 Thessalonians 2 saying he's deceivable with thoughts. It was all deceivableness of unrighteousness, man. And lies and signs and the lying wonders. That's what this is, man. It's a lying wonder, man. It's like people are marveled over the thing. You gotta get it. You gotta get it. Yeah, encourage everybody. We're gonna save the world. It's like a wonder. Do what I gotta do. Yeah, all right. Man, hey, a sister that I know in the truth, a couple that I know. She said she told my wife. Even if she's watching it, she can vouch for it. She told my wife, and shout out to y'all, man. You and your family. Okay, man, y'all endure it out there in New York, man. But she said she told my rib that her family got. I don't know the whole breakdown. Just paraphrasing. She told my rib that her family got that boy. Her whole family got that boy, and she was around him. She kept feeling sick, kept getting headaches, and then she said when she departed from him. She was cool, but she didn't realize what it was until she got back around him, and she said that she passed out. You know, so that shit really affects other people when you don't got it because it's living. What they putting in you is living.
It's an organism.
It's an organism, so it affects another living organism, which is you that don't have it. So that's showing you that this nigga, yeah, boy, the light, this nigga, he has a bigger agenda, man. Come on, you got it. You got it.
Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9.
Start at 1.
Start at 1?
No, start up above that
8.
one. Like 8.
Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Woo! Right. The Lord got many. It's the prophets. Like we've been going into, you're getting exposed. The wicked, the border of wickedness. Through the spirit of power, how about see me outside, starting with the elder and apostle all down, you're being exposed. There's no excuse. That's why the scriptures say in that day there will be no excuse. We have signs, tokens, via the scriptures, secular history, and what's going on now. That's why you have to understand regeneration. Know that this devil has been pursuing you since he killed since he killed Abel, the water. Go ahead, brother.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Shit, it says since the garden. He said that old serpent, that devil. Going back to the garden, man. And this is a bright coming too, man. Right. The Lord said we have a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto you do well and you take heed, like unto a light that shineth in a dark place, man. So the Lord said a city that is, you are the light of the world. City that's yeah. You don't put a candle under a bushel, but you put it on a candlestick that'll give light into the whole house. So this is the brightness of the Lord's coming. Part of it, the beginning stages of it, because it's really gonna come when them chariots fly. But this is that's destroying you, man.
Yes, and it's pretty. And the scriptures, I've been noticing the spirit really been on the word mouth, in a lot of precepts because the Lord, hey, he not coming with an actual sword, man. First because Yahweh Shah, he's the ultimate judge, man.
And it's power in the mouth, right? That's what Esau said, "But I'll still be the Lord justice." Because he went there turn like a sword. Because Esau said he want to be like the Most High. Right. The Most High word is everything. His word is what created the world.
Right. The scriptures say that.
So Esau trying to make his word have an effect too. Yeah, and that's beautiful you said that because his word came. Right. That's why when he speak as a lamb, he come as a lamb, he speak as a dragon. Right. Because when he speak, he can't bring peace. That's why the scriptures say, by peace he destroyed many. So he can't bring peace. So when he actually try to bring a form of it, it's actually very contrary to peace. Because he can't. Because he's not the Most High. He can't bring that essence, man. You got it.
Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the work of Satan.
Even him. Okay, go ahead. He's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man.
With all power and signs and lying wonders.
Yeah, man. Remember when they were... who was it? Somebody was on TV getting the thing, but it wasn't nothing in the syringe.
You talking about it went inside?
Yeah, like no,
the needle went inside.
The needle went inside the syringe and not inside the body.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Mariah Carey. She was fake. She faked like she got the juice, but it wasn't nothing in the thing. But that's a lying wonder though.
That shit was fake. It went behind her arm. Like the needle went behind her arm and shit. Yeah. The man was like, yeah, everybody in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I see.
Right. Come on, man.
Hey, y'all know they got the motion things now where y'all know what I'm talking about? What's the motion things, man? You talking about where you can it's like a green screen where you can actually be talking and it look like the actual Biden or somebody talking. Yeah. Like
you talking about something with the face?
Yeah, it be them.
Something face.
Like these niggas be they really be setting up.
It's like an artificial intelligence where they swap out your face into a video and they can make you
look like Biden or they be setting up fake news.
And they can do the voice and everything.
Sound just like them.
Yeah, that's that witchcraft. And then on Jimmy Kimmel or one of them shows, they had the people dressed up like vaccines. It was jumping around dressed up like vaccines. And, you know what I'm saying? All that's little stuff, but that holds weight though on spirits.
They go back to the Olympics in 2012. The World Olympics in 2012. The ceremony they did on that.
The president was in there.
They had the demon rise up, the big ass demon. You know what I'm saying? They had the hospital beds and shit. The demons walking on the stage.
What people don't really understand, I like fighting, I like boxing and shit. This is like Muay Thai. Like Muay Thai is very strategic. They're not about to come straight out just bow swinging. Like they looking at you. They analyzing how you fight, your strengths, your weaknesses, and they one chop at a time. They kick your legs. They kick your foundation. They trying to take away from your foundation.
Right. And Esau is a coward, man.
Until he ready to strike. That's what the serpent do.
That's okay,
he
Lord.
Lie and wait, and he wait until he got a time to bite your ass.
Yeah, get somebody get that. First Peter 5.
And Salakia, Esau is a coward. So people don't
4 and 7 your adversary.
They can't fathom in their mind that Esau is coming to fight them in this manner of way. You know, because he basically waging war on the people for this. You know, through the max.
Basically, he is. He really is.
That's what that's exactly what it is.
Yep. And China waging war on America with these microchips. America got a microchip shortage because they were running out of microchips, so they can't make any more new cars. Because apparently you need about 3,000 microchips just to make one car, and you got to have all the microchips. With one microchip missing, you can't make that car. So this is a huge crisis for United States, and that's a form of warfare that China is withholding those microchips from them, okay? And you need microchips to put in what? Fighter jets, fighter Black Hawks. Okay, so this is all affecting your military, man. You being made weak. Art thou become as weak as we?
His technology is his means to push this stuff, man. You know? They say what?
Back on what you said.
Real quick, this is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant.
Salaki, that's what it was. Let the weak say I'm strong. That's what I was thinking of.
1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So the characteristics of a lion. They hunt. They
prowl. They go down
in the grass.
You can't see them.
And when they ready, they pounce on that ass.
Bro, on my Xbox, they got this game. It's like a hunting game and shit. So I played it one time, and it was like it was an African setting. So I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, damn. So I'm walking and shit, and then I get attacked by a lion. But what was he doing? He was like in the savannah grass. So I couldn't see him, and then he just jumped up. I'm like, oh. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I thought about when you read that scripture.
I was thinking of Lion King when he was teaching Simba. Well, you looked at Simba, he couldn't see him no more. I'm like, and then he bounced up.
Psalms 10 tell you the same thing. It say he sit up in the secret places as a lion, you know? Okay?
Right, and Esau is a man of darkness, so of course he's going to be in the shadows before he attacks.
Yeah, kind. You know? Of the League of Shadows.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, Esau is always into dark shit. That's how you know you Edomite. You into skulls and, you know what I'm saying, demons and, you know what I'm saying, you like to wear skull shirts and, you know, I got skull boots and all this cool, and skeletons and, paint your nails black, you know what I'm saying? They like death and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, like goblins and witches and gargoyles and shit like that. You an Edomite, bro. You an Edomite. I don't care what you thought this way. But hey, for real, bro, you look like a Jake, you liking that type of shit, you probably an Edomite though. You know, because they like darkness. They don't like life. They like death.
That type of stuff don't even sit right with Jake. We just living in Babylon. We just living in this plain man, bro. Jake chilling. You know?
Jake chilling. Jake's too cool. Go ahead,
Verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that...
What do you say? With all deceivableness? Yeah. With all deceivableness, man. Like, not some, with all deceivableness, man.
Yeah, because he coming with everything he got.
Everything he
coming with all the shit he got. Do this one, do that curse, do this, do that.
He coming with his full character.
Transgender, fighting with the jab. This person get it.
What's the pedophilia?
Right.
Because we on the verge of falling. What else is? I mean, shit.
No, hey, when you about to fall, you grabbing everything. You don't give a fuck. What you?
Shit.
This nigga's falling. He grabbing. Like, this nigga is just done, man. He's grabbing everything and he's pulling everybody down with him, man. He don't give a shit, man.
Keep going.
I gotta preach something we don't.
Go ahead,
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish,
the unjust man. Go ahead.
because they receive not the love of the truth.
See, we are trying to save our people, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Seminole, Native American Indians, man. Everybody pictures on the right. Yeah, this real love. The Lord said that if you love me, keep my commandments, man. Okay.
By this we know that we love
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I couldn't.
It's the next verse.
Yeah, he said, by this we know that we love the children of the Heavenly Father when we love the Heavenly Father and keep his commandments, man. And one of the commandments was to go out into the highways and hedges and to bid them to the marriage, to invite you to this marriage, okay, to compel you to come in to this thing, man, to persuade you that your way that you live in is not going to profit you, but this way will, okay? But the people, they don't want to receive this love, man. They want to receive the love of the world, which is nothing but hatred, which is deceit, man, and deception, man. You know, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. We're going to tell you what you need to hear. Who you rather be around. The Lord Scripture say, be continually with the godly man whom thou knowest to fear the Most High and will cry if thou miscarry, man.
Right. Hey, so how can I...
These niggas ain't even going to cry if you miscarry. They're going to say, Pookie and Keisha going to say, girl, you be all right, you get another baby. Keisha ain't going to cry if you miscarry, man. Shit, my baby mama, I'm supposed to have 2 children. The first one got aborted because the friend encouraged her. So these people ain't crying over aborted babies. They don't fear the Lord, man.
Hey, and that's, bro. See, that's the thing. So how can somebody truly grow if I don't tell you what you need to hear? You know what I'm saying? If I only tell you what you know what I'm saying, what you want to hear. Nigga, you gonna be walking around nigga goofy as fuck. Nigga if a chick put lipstick on her face and that motherfucker's looking like Joker and it's all on each corner. And you talking about she look good.
Yeah, you can.
She look goofy as fuck.
Right, it don't matter how much makeup you put on a gorilla.
Yeah, bro. Like,
You can put as much makeup as you want on a chihuahua. That ain't gonna never make it look attractive. Maybe the Edom might, but go ahead, all right.
Was that in that?
No, still more. A little bit.
That they might be saved.
Read it from the top, that last one.
Verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
All you had to do is receive it. I mean, it's not easy. I'm not gonna say it like it's easy, but all you had to do is receive it. We're not asking you to build a tower. We're not asking you to slam dunk a basketball. It ain't no training camp, no conditioning. We're not making cuts. You know what I'm saying? Auditions and you know what I'm saying? Bro, all you had to do is receive it.
Yeah, when you
receive his men and that's like receiving the Lord.
Jake act like you gotta spar with a brother or some shit, or you gotta get jumped into this thing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, it ain't. Yeah,
simplicity of your house.
The simplicity, con.
Very simple.
Con. Yeah, people like, so what? So like, how can I get more into the? How can I
Because Esau
what do I gotta do?
Esau made everything
Like, bro, you first of all stand still. You ain't gotta do nothing.
Like when you go to school, I was just talking about this at my job, but like.
It's always some secret to life.
Yeah, like
this
what the
nigga.
fuck? Like all of us been in school. We've been in school for like 19 years, bro. 20 years, dog. And on the whole process of school, it just teach you to how to
Be a slave.
and think backwards, bro.
Be a wage
So
slave.
everything's so fucking goddamn hard. You can't even make a simple. Look, bro. It was a saying. Matter of fact, it was perfect for this. It was a saying. I can't remember how exactly I go. So like, I'm gonna paraphrase. It was a saying that it said that it's so hard for people to just make a decision. Like that, if you go to somebody right now and give them a decision to make, and ask them why is it hard for them to make a decision, they're not even gonna be able to make a decision about them being able to make about it being hard for them to make a decision.
Right.
That's fucking nuts, bro. You can't make a decision on the decision. Like, that's stupid, bro. That's dumb as hell. So Esau has made the whole entire world dumb. numb, dumb, whatever you want to call it. Brainwashed, man. They need somebody else to, you know what I'm saying, to push them along, man.
And that's the spirit because of you're right. That's how it all links together and proves the validity of what we're saying and the magnitude of the power that we're dealing with. Because that exact same sentiment, I'll do it at work sometimes. I'm used to going to a job, having X amount of tasks, and I have to do it. And sometimes I'm in a situation where I got to do a little critical thinking, and it's like, it's a barrier there. It's like, damn, what I'm supposed to do? Like, I'm just ask my boss help, so I don't really feel like, just tell me what to do and I'm executing. Just tell me what to do.
Christopher Columbus said, though. He said they would make us slaves because we are humble, docile, lowly, meek people, okay? Looking for a shepherd. We're people that want and need a shepherd, okay? So Esau said, well, we can replace the Most High. We can be their shepherd. We can say we God. We can say Jesus is us. We can say him. We can say Yahweh Shah. His real name is Jesus. And,
right.
This and that.
Hey, so let's go show he don't have no morals. He don't think. He don't have no second thought of righteousness. Everything is just in him is just pure wickedness.
Yeah, we read. Most High is not in all his thoughts.
Right.
Keep going.
Hey, then you say, like you brothers always go into the Lord. You say, my sheep hear my voice. That's why it's impossible to deceive their neck, because they the whole time they still listening to the true shepherd, man.
Yeah, everything is going according to plan.
Everything, bro.
Even when you was whooping our ass, it was going according to plan. Yep, you got it.
Verse 11.
Hey, Jake jumping off the boat according to plan. You know what I'm saying? All that, man. You know? Go ahead, man.
And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them a strong delusion that they should believe a lie.
Right. So now we demons, see, because you're under a delusion. The demons that have no spirit, they're telling you that we're wicked, we're evil. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. They crazy. They racist. Don't listen to them. They listen to them. That's just your baby brother. That's just your cousin. You don't know nothing. Don't listen to them. Jesus is white. Jesus is white. You always call on Jesus. Remember that time you prayed to Jesus and this happened? Don't listen to that. That's them strong delusions, man. And then, this man hop up and tell you, take this, then take a booster, and you under a trance, man.
Hey.
You walk your ass, you drive your ass down into the clinic, you fill it out. You don't even know why you're doing it, though. You never been sick, you never even had the thing, but you zombie.
Hey, that's why the scriptures say,
could be asymptomatic. Yeah, that's another witchcraft. That's another witchcraft, man. Asymptom. What the fuck is an asymptom? How is it that I have something, but I don't show no symptoms of me having it, man? You know how manipulative that is, and stupid and irrational that is, man.
And then all the it's no cases of the flu out here no more since this been going on.
Yeah, right.
But on top of that, though,
the COVID and fought the flu. The COVID got into a boxing match with the flu and defeated the flu. So now the COVID is the new top, man.
Yeah. Hey, and then like what you were saying, just backtrack a little bit. The scriptures say they gonna prosecute us, so I can paraphrase, and they gonna think they gonna be in good case. Right. You know, I mean, well, it's like they gonna be thinking they doing the Most High bid. You know what I'm saying? What you want?
Read the first verse before you go to your point. Read they shall laugh at their calamity. Cause that's what we doing right now. We laughing at the calamity of this place and the things that the unbelievers and the heathens is suffering from by trusting in this man. I said they shall laugh at. No.
Yeah, like I was saying, they said they're gonna think the Most High, they doing the Most High service because they persecute the saints. They're gonna think the Most High with them. This
is Job chapter 5, verse 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. So going back to 22, it says that destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. So the elect gonna be good. You're not gonna it's gonna be like, imagine being on the Underground Railroad. Like it's gonna feel like times you're like, oh shit, I might not make it. But the Lord is gonna continue to guide you through to the land of the north, to freedom. And if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, that's the same type of care that we're going to receive during Jacob's trouble on our way to the kingdom. Yahweh rock us out, we be the men and receive that mercy.
This is you said this. This is Sirach. Sirach, chapter 34, going back to 34. A lot of reading here. A lot of good stuff. Sirach 34. And I'm gonna start at 12. I was oft times in danger of death, yet I was delivered because of these things. The spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth them. Woo! It says, whoso feareth the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope.
Yeah, we gotta fear, man. We gotta remember that first fear that we had when we first found out about the truth, and how scared we was, and how zealous we was to keep the most minute commandments. You know, yeah, you gotta go back to that, man. It's, you know, now you know where you was being overrighteous, so you ain't gotta go back to being overrighteous, but you go back to that level of zeal to keep the Shabbat. You know, the level of preparation that you used to have and how you used to be on point with it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go back to that, man. Because what better time than now? This is the end of all things.
And that's like
it said, "Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer."
Yeah, when you like brother mentioned boxing, whatever you do in life, that soon you want to take piano classes, you want to learn how to sing. When you first go into those first couple classes, you excited, you know what I'm saying? You studying, you watching videos, you know what I'm saying? Because you're zealous, man. You know what I'm saying? But over time, it might die down because of the workload, you know what I'm saying? Different things that come. But at some point, if you don't continue to be like the first state, the career dies, man.
Yeah, it said thy last work should be greater than the first. It say abounding more and more to the coming of the day of the Lord. You got it.
It says 15. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord, to whom doeth he look, and who is his strength? For the eyes of Yahweh are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling, and a help from falling.
And that's why you got to be a man of vision. Because like the brothers was going into, shit, if you don't keep that mindset, you know, or at least the desire for that spark, then eventually it's just going to die down until there's nothing left, you know, because this is our business, you know, we have to keep that focus, that vision, that we're going to get that hope, like the scripture say, you know.
So not going to lay back off the brother's point. That's part of being prudent. That's just like with the 10 wise virgins and the 10 foolish virgins. You know, you got to always be ready. We knew that we had an occasion to go to, you know, that wedding. So what did we do? We made sure our clothes was clean, made sure our ass was washed, and we made sure we had enough oil in our lamps, you know. And the people who didn't, they suffered and they missed out.
It says, he raises up the soul and light up the eyes. He giveth health, life, and blessing. Yeah, so the Lord do these things. He giveth health, life, and blessing, man, to the ones that fear him. The scriptures say, the Lord said, I think it's in the book of Sirach, I thought, Wisdom Solomon. It said, the Lord loveth none that besides those that fear him.
The dweller for wisdom.
That
he said, Lord loveth none that but those that
dwell in wisdom. You know? So, and wisdom is Yahweh Shai. He don't love none that don't dwell in his son, that don't dwell in divine and his essence, man.
Because Yahweh Shai wanted us to fear him. He saw this damn devil was doing everything in his power to try to get the Lord's people to fear him.
Yep.
You see?
Yep. Hey, the scriptures tell you, it says in Sirach 19, it says, the fear of the Lord is the knowledge of his omnipotency. Yeah. Okay, and it's the first, it says the first, it says the love, it's the first step to show that you love him, is to keep his ways, and keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, man.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1:18.
I think it's like verse 5 or 6.
And verse, I'm going to start at 5. It says, I called upon the Lord in distress. Yeah. The Lord answered me and set me in a large place. The Lord is my on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me?
Yeah, read that verse again.
It says, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 118 and verse 5. I called upon the Lord in distress. The Lord answered me and set me in a large place. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear.
what can man do unto me?
Right. So what can man do unto us, man? Man can't do anything unto us. But the brother correct when he said that Esau is trying to make the people fear him. He's trying to make the people fear the things that they see rather than what they don't see. You know?
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 40 and verse 14. Let them be ashamed and confounded together that seek after my soul to destroy it. Because us fearing Esau is destroying our soul. You know, that's something that's not good for the soul to fear this goddamn devil. But it's good for our soul to fear the Lord. That's healthy.
Yeah, because why? Because it's not good to attend to it. It's not good to feed a virus. When you feed a virus, it grows.
It grows.
You know, so we got to kill the virus. We got to dead the virus. We got to purge the virus. We got to put fire to the virus, man. And the virus is Esau, man.
I got a real quick precept to back up the brother Shemar. Matthew 10 and 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Right. That's how I was shot. That's real. That came straight out the man's mouth. Fear my Father, able to do all these things. Not some pasty fucking devil.
Right. I'm gonna read this one more time. This book of Psalms, chapter 40 and verse 14. Let them be ashamed and confounded together that seek after my soul to destroy it. Let them be driven backward and put to shame that wish me evil. Let them be desolate for a reward of their shame that say unto me, aha, aha. You know, because they laugh at our calamity. You know, they want us to fear them, but then, like the brother Kadash said, you know, you set up the snare and then laugh when you fall into it. Like, that's fucking nuts, man. That's nuts, man. You know? But it says, let them be desolate, and ultimately that desolation is going to be when Yahweh Shemel shall sit on thermonuclear missiles and wipe this place, man. You know, thoroughly squeaky clean this place, man.
Yeah, he can't dwell here. The Lord can't come in this, man. Bro, look around you, bro. This shit is terrible, man. Look how his design is, man. He cut this. What the fuck is this, bro? Man, this man's mindset is all backwards, bro.
You know the people have been desensitized because nobody thinks there's anything strange about concrete surrounding the tree. Right. Concrete around the tree. It's beautiful. You know, I'm about to get some drills.
So y'all want this? Come on.
You got one or two?
No. You about to get ready.
I got one.
You got one? Yeah. You say you had one, right?
I'll keep going.
I'll read one time. It says, let them be desolate for the reward of their shame that say unto me, aha, aha. Right? Because, hey, it was a reward for Esau to take our people into captivity, wasn't it? So now you have to endure the fullness of your reward, which is ultimately going to be your ass going into captivity. Because like the scriptures say, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And you think the Lord is not a man of his word? You think the Lord is not a man of balance? You insane, bro. You see?
Go ahead. This is the book of Job, chapter 5, and I'll start at 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And the scriptures say, like, if it was up to this devil, he would destroy the whole fucking earth. Completely destroy the whole earth. Verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grow in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. 17, behold, happy is the man whom the heavenly Father corrected. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. Right. So, Salaki, the point I wanted to make was that Esau is the anti-Messiah. It's not just one fucking Edomite. It's all of them. So the Lord is using him to correct us, but he himself cannot be corrected. So he's going to do what he's supposed to do. He's going to continue to push out those crazy vibrations. He's going to continue to further expose himself as the madman that he is. But all the things he set up for naught, like we brought out in Esther chapter 7 verse 10, those are going to things that end up killing his ass. You know, because it's so-called Edomites, well, not so-called, it's Edomites who suffer from these plagues, the pestilence, all that, just like Jacob is. But it's no hope for them. And that's what drives them crazy. There's no hope for a true Edomite.
Oh, you got it. Exactly. And we bring this out all the time. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7.
You know, they kind, man. You know, because hey, that's what's gonna happen. You know, this damn devil put out all his wicked ass vibrations and don't even give a fuck for his own people to fall upon this shit.
Damn, if you middle class, welcome to hell, buddy. Because through this damn scandemic, man, he's further creating a divide. Revelation 16 says rich and poor, free and bond. It doesn't say rich, poor, in between. It says rich and poor. That's why the hyperinflation is not going to affect the Oppenheimers, the Rothschilds, somebody who got celebrity status money. I mean, celebrity status, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to affect them as much as it's going to affect us. But this is for the brother. Yeah, it's not coming a couple pages away. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies.
Right, so when you Edomites start falling sick, and now you suffer from a crack addiction and all this bullshit that Esau put out here for Jacob. Well, he's like, shit, welcome to the party. You know what I mean? Because you getting a taste of the curses that the Lord has put on his people. You know what I mean? But you getting a taste of them because your rulers don't even give a fuck about you.
Right, you know? What the brother said, like we brought out in Isaiah 47, y'all being brought low, starting at the top. So as the king is, so is the people. So the people who running the show now, to the left hand power, Yahweh Shem Shah, once they sit down in the dust, that confusion is going to trickle down to the middle class and to the poor. Keep going. Deuteronomy 37 again from the top. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies.
And hold on, like you said, that confusion is going to trickle down to the middle class and the poor, because at the end of the day, this is a war. So once fucking poor is it's the next step of the war is going to be between the so-called middle class, and then the middle class is going to get wiped out.
That's prophecy. That's going into the insurrection. That's why it's people like, damn, just a month ago, I was able to, put a couple hundred away and treat my family to a steak dinner around income tax time. Now I can't do shit.
Right.
And he been eating good. Like, he look good. Right. Like, we over here starving. He look like he gained a couple pounds. Let's go to his house and see what he got.
Exactly. And then, damn, what was Elder Malcolm, was going into, pretty much how Jay gonna realize that it ain't shit to steal in the hood. You gonna run after all this, kicking those down, and
all it is a pack of noodles.
So what's that gonna lead to? Oh well, shit, them motherfucking white people, they living good over there. Let's go to Madonna, let's go here, let's go there, you know what I mean? And that's where the race war is gonna clash in. You see?
Deuteronomy 37, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee which persecuted thee. And the main curse that's coming is captivity.
Exactly. This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves. Right, because like the brother who just read, the curse is going to come upon you people who are supposedly blessed in Babylon.
Yeah, you see, who had the apple of the Lord's eye in derision, as a reproach and a proverb pursuant to the curses. Keep going about.
It says, verse 2, it says, gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Right. That means get ready to to taste that captivity. All right, read that again.
It says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Destruction is not. And the Lord is coming back with demon-like power to render that justice, to render true equity.
It says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Right, the sword is sent upon you, them plagues, the missiles. We telling you, wild beasts gonna be roaming through the streets. We telling you they gonna snatch up your kids. We telling you it's a famine and ain't gonna be no food inside of the goddamn grocery stores or the corner stores. It says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? The Lord is doing all these things, and can't nobody turn back the Lord's hand. It says, a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Nobody is going to be able to quench that fire, man. It says, plagues are sent unto you, and what
and what is he that may drive them away? Hey, can you get Amos chapter 3? It says, may any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may any one quench the fire in stubble when it have begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer, and that strong archer is Yahweh Shemiah Shah, man. You know, because those thermonuclear missiles, hey, they just all throughout the scriptures they symbolic for the arrows, the sword, you know, the weapons, the arsenal of Yahweh Shemiah Shah. You got that?
Yeah. 3 and 1.
You can start at verse. I think that's 5. Start. See what verse.
Can a bird? Can a bird fall in the snare? That's 6. Amos chapter 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city? Shall the people not be afraid?
Right, because the Lord is going to force you to fear him, man. You know, you got them devils don't fear y'all. You heathens, you Jakes don't fear Yahweh Shemiah Shah. Yahweh Shemiah Shah is going to force you to fear him when as soon as he show his presence, man. Even before, as soon as the plagues really on a heavy level, and that's why the scriptures say that, damn, man, but it's going back to 2nd Ezra real quick. It says may any man, see if it's like verse 5. It says, may any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may any one quench the fire in stubble when it have begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? You see? It says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightning, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Right, like we just read in the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 6, how shall a trumpet be blown in the city? Because we blowing that trumpet in the city right now, man. That's right now. You know? But it's going that trumpet is going to become more and more manifest. It's going to become more and more real. It's going to affect your reality to the point where you cannot say, man, that's not real. I'm going to deny that.
You know what's going to happen? Amos 8:11. That's what's going to happen. Eventually, that trumpet is going to be quiet, and the prophecy is going to be speaking louder than the trumpet. Because your warning was out there. That's why we keep roughly paraphrasing Proverbs 1. I'm just might as well grab it. That's why we're going to sit back and laugh at your calamity. That's why the scriptures say, my servant shall eat in that day.
I'm going to keep reading. It says, the mighty Lord, damn, I lost train of thought on that one. We'll just keep it. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? That says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? You got that?
Yeah, just real quick. I'm going to go straight to the point. We bring this out all the time. Proverbs 1:26, I will also laugh at your calamity. Exactly. I will mock when your fear cometh. So it's pestilence, plague sent out through all the 4 corners of the earth. But there's a special judgment coming to Babylon the Great, aka America.
And why not? Didn't you laugh at our calamity? You see? Didn't you laugh at that when he was whipping the shit out of Jake?
Yep.
You see?
And that's why the Lord's coming back in the manner in which he's coming back. This is Isaiah chapter 47 and verse I start at 3. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yet thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, a recompense for the things that you did, that the brother pointed out on that sign. And I will not meet thee as a man.
Right.
As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. So the Lord is coming to buy back his people, to come esteem that them go to the Lamentations, the 4th chapter.
And at the same time, bringing forth that righteous judgment, that righteous balance that's well deserved. He saw this goddamn devil think that he did all the wickedness in the world, and the Lord not gonna see through to making sure that he gonna balance that out. The Lord he just let Esau do that, and then he just said, shit, I'm lazy right now. I don't really feel like giving him judgment on what the fuck he just did. You see? You got right, but that's why the scriptures say that in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 8. It says because judgment is not executed speedily. The Lord, all throughout the scriptures, it's prophesied that Babylon, hey man, mystery Babylon is gonna receive judgment, man. You know, it's prophesied, man. And the Lord is not the type to fall back on his word. It says, Going back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16, it says, he shall cast lightning, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not utterly beat, be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. Hey, that's another thing, man. This goddamn devil think that he gonna stand a chance against you. How about you? You out of your goddamn mind. The scriptures, what's that word? Pulverize. You know,
Pulverize.
To bring to dust. Right. Right. And like, I'm gonna read this one more time. It says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder. Right. Beaten to dust. And the scripture say, we just read it. It says, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. You know? And also the goddamn devil's got it coming, man. It says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence.
God.
Still got that Amos chapter 3, and verse 6. It was something it was a reason I wanted to bring that out.
Well, while you grabbing that, I got some. Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1, it says, who is that? Who is this that cometh from Edom with thy garments from Bosra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness mighty to say.
Hey, you say traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Yeah,
Damn. Daniel 12:1. Ooh, them head busters, huh? Y'all trying to play, man.
Michael the Archangel be standing up.
Hey, we ain't finished it. We're going into Isaiah 47.
That's the spirit. We just brought that out.
I meet thee as a man.
Yep, that's the spirit. In verse 2, it says, wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine vat. So that's painting a picture. Like, you know, your house is coming in the greatness of his strength, purity, white garment, but it's gonna be drenched red with the blood of you Edomites. That recompense that you're gonna get for the sit on that sign, you know, for the things that we're experiencing right now, via the scamdemic and the mark of the fucking beast. Keep reading. Verse 3, it says, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury.
Yeah, when you got a wine press, you step on all the grapes, and they splash up. Like, you take your shoes off, you know what I'm saying, you're barefoot, and you stomp on them, and everything splash up in the air and on your garment, man. That's how much blood shit is gonna be. That the Lord compared it to a wine press, man.
And it's not gonna stop with Yahushua, man. It's not gonna stop with Yahushua because the Lord, Yahushua, got men who gonna do the same exact things, man. You know, we gonna be stepping. Hey, right after Yahushua step up with the wine press, the elect gonna do the exact same thing.
Go ahead, get that.
So America is a wine press.
Yeah.
America is a wine press.
I got a quick one. In Luke 18:7, it says, and shall not the heavenly Father avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? So yeah, our patience, you know, that's that long suffering, bearing with us, and he having patience and mercy with us. But you know, he's going to avenge. That's why we read in Isaiah 47, the Holy One, the Redeemer of Israel.
Right.
That's what he's going to do. He's coming to buy back his people.
Right.
Save us. Because like you mentioned before, like if it was up to this devil, the whole planet would be obliterated. It would literally extinct.
Oh, you said close the percent? Yeah. This is a precept I was holding.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 16. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks.
Right. So after this place gets shot the hell up with blasts from the chariots and from the ICBM missiles, the people who saved in them bunkers, they thought they were saving it, like, whoo, we knew it was coming.
Yeah, they got bowling alleys, they got bars, they got Subway, they got a Subway sandwich shop. So that means they're gonna have servants and slaves down in there in them bunkers.
Working while everything going.
Right, but like the brother said, right.
No. They got some real. They got all they shit ain't fake, bro. They got
right. The Cheyenne bunker, it's called the Cheyenne. What is it? Cheyenne Retreat or something. That's the name of the bunker. You know.
man.
Esau through. Yeah, Esau
Real
through.
quick. This book of Second Ezra chapter. This book of Second Ezra.
He walking around with a
17,
big ass
verse
knife.
62.
Yeah, right.
It
Let us
says,
have that bitch
And
on our side.
that's a
bro.
sword though. Hey, that's a spirit though.
hey, say that for Jacob.
He got a dagger. That's a
He's
dagger.
That sword. Yeah, he got dagger. He's the sword.
That can break the night clause. It says, yeah, and the spirit of the Almighty Yahweh Shemel Shah, I forgot what I was holding, but it says, yeah, and the spirit of the Almighty Yahweh Shemel Shah, which made all things, and searcheth out all the hidden things and secrets of the earth. Hey, you know, the spirit just put it on my spirit. You know, the brother just put how Esau go, you know, hide in the cluster of the mountains. Hey, you're gonna be sought out of those too, you know. It says, surely he knows your inventions, and what you think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. You know, and Esau's a man of sin. He gonna hide himself, but he gonna be pulled out, man. He gonna be brought before the light. You know, he gonna be brought before judges.
That's talking about Israelites who try to hide their sins before Yahweh Shemel Shah. Okay.
Okay, verse 17 of Jeremiah 16.
Read 16 again.
Okay.
Baba Kusha.
Jeremiah 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rock. For mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double.
Yeah, so the Lord is about to give America double, man, as it says in Revelation 18, man. You're about to be paid back. Recompense means pay back, a compound word, which re-meaning back, and compense means to pay. So the Lord's about to give us payback. I'm sure the brothers showed the sign, man, for all the atrocities that were done by the nation of Edom to the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead, Art.
Because they have defiled my land, they have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
Yeah, so back then that applied to us. Now it's going to apply to you, Esau. Okay?
True reparations.
Yeah. We got the same parent.
That's it.
When you a parent, you judge all your children the same for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You might be a little harder on the eldest, you know what I'm saying? But you got the same rules and you got the same judgment for breaking those rules. So Esau, you got a heavenly father too, man. Now you are a bastard, but you still one of Yahweh Shemel Shahs, man. Yep. So he gonna judge you according to the word.
The deceiver
or his, come.
He control it all, man.
Come. You know? That's pretty much it, man. Yeah, anybody got any more?
All right. You know, Lord willing, this is edifying to Yahweh Shemel Shah for giving us a spirit to come out here another day and prophesy the downfall and destruction of Babylon the Great. We're going to turn to the east and give all honor, praise, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem,
Wakakada. The water said the elder apostles, great millstone who rule and teach her even unto this day. Kazak Shalom to your brothers, this will, you sisters who might be tuning and listening and learning. And Bible Ball, Shalom.
Bible Ball, Shalom.